There is an organization where there are 6 people in the FP&A function. And based on the technology available, apps available now or in 6 months or 12 months time, it seems that you still want to keep the function with some people looking after, but you don't need 6 people. You only need 2 people, right? So management decides to let 4 people go and keep only 2 people. The question is that which 2 people to keep and which 4 to let go? What would be the criteria? How would you make that decision? It's no brainer for the management to decide which people to keep. The people who are easily working with other people, who have good in teamwork, who have good in collaboration, who are always friendly with other people, who are always helpful, who are the go-to type of person, not the introvert sitting on their desk, but the people who are outgoing, who are interactive, who are supported, who are seen as really very friendly from other departments. Don't you think these skills would really make a no-brainer for the management to decide who to keep? The only thing relevant is few people. All the work which was being done by 6 people in FP&A has to be done by 2 people. These 2 people have to go to the CEO and probably make a presentation. When the data comes from the AI tool or AI app, they need to interact with the management. They have to do the storytelling to the top management, right? So it's not the same level of skills for these 2 people. It's much upgraded, much more upgraded. And in order to prepare them for that much upgraded task, they have to have some basic intrinsic skills as a potential to make them eligible for this upgrade. So in a nutshell, what we are talking about, suddenly your soft skills have become a lot more relevant. So if I take my story or my example and explode it at a larger level, this is what's going to happen with the knowledge worker, not finance people only, knowledge workers. The tables have turned, whether you like it or not. That's a reality nobody could deny. If you still don't see that, you are in denial. And my sincere advice is that open up your eyes and prepare for the change future, which is already at point of no return. In almost every category of job of the knowledge workers, jobs are going to be impacted. Some more, some less. But every job category, wherever there is a knowledge worker, their jobs are going to be impacted by AI developments. And generally speaking, what will happen, that many jobs would stay, but the number of positions required would drastically reduce, which means that for you, for an average professional, is going to be highly competitive. You need to now compete or fight for few positions available if you want to secure your job. Look at your role, look at your job, make an analysis that what is going away or what will go away to AI and what will be kept with you. And then based on the scenario we develop, like if you have 50% capacity, what else you could do to create value for your employer in the 50% of the time. And at the same time, change your personal brand, change your reputation, change your image, what you could do, what type of person you are, what is your potential to go up, because that would help you, that would help decision makers to make the decision in your favor, right? If you look at the nature of humans, everybody would agree that we have unlimited capacity, unlimited potential, unlimited energy. We could do any levels, right? Usually we don't do that because it's the human nature that unless you push to the limits, you don't go there. But when you are pushed to the limits for whatever reason, suddenly the hidden potential comes up. Hidden potential is unhid, and then you do what you don't believe that you could have done before. So in those terms, I think that's our opportunity, that now we are pushed into an area which only humans deserve, right? What we need to try to analyze here is to understand what are the strengths and weaknesses. We are doing a SWOT analysis, for example, digital brain and biological brain. So we have biological brain, we are humans, and then we have the AI, which is supposed to help us with their digital brain. But let's try to understand what they could do or what they could do better than us. So in terms of strength of digital brain, This is what I have been saying for time and again. Speed, accuracy, memory, almost perfect level. And you can remember it by the one phrase, SAM, S-A-M. S-A-M, SAM stand for speed, accuracy, and memory. So processing speed, absolutely outstanding. Unlimited memory and precision level accuracy. We cannot beat them. I think we have already accepted this strengths from any technology, any automation, and usually we don't really challenge it, or we don't try to compete with it. So that's absolute advantage of the digital brain. Additionally, durability. They don't get tired, they don't have fatigue, they don't need sleep, they don't need vacation time. It could continue indefinitely. That's again a big advantage. And it could be upgraded. With software changes, with other advances, you can further upgrade it. So these are the very strong positive point of this digital brain or AI technology. But there are some weaknesses. They don't do a good job on the creativity and intuition. They could do in future. There are very clear indications that in future they would surpass the human intelligence. But at least for the foreseeable future, we can rely on the fact that they have limitations with the creativity and innovation. They also lack emotions. They cannot understand emotions, or they have no idea what empathy is. And again, this could change in future, but for the time being, it looks like they have this clear limitations. Low adaptability. They cannot change from situation to situation. If they have been programmed in a certain way, it will go that way. And again, it could change. It could change by the deep learning or machine learning to some extent. But again, it is not at advanced at that level that we can say that they have the skills of adaptability. And power dependence. So of course, these are machines. They need some power to operate, like electricity or battery power. So these are, in a nutshell, very high level characteristics of a digital brain. Now we are contemplating, we are the boss right now, right? We are still the boss. And we could decide what to delegate to digital brain or not. So, but let's see where we need help. So let's look at the human strengths. So of course, we are the master in creativity and intuition. Computers are nowhere close to our level of creativity and intuition. Emotional intelligence, again, no comparison with humans when it comes to the machines. Adaptability, we can adopt. This is what we are trying to do now. Based on the changing situation, we are trying to adopt. Critical thinking, again, very unique human skill. Energy efficiency, we can work on very low level of energy. We don't work like plug in, plug out. We could continue working as long as we want with little energy as well. Weaknesses, of course, we cannot compete computers on the processing speed, so that becomes our weakness. We have memory limitation, despite our brain work very well with emotional intelligence, creativity, intuition, adaptability, critical thinking, but we still have lack of memory. It is not perfect. And vulnerability, we can get sick, we need sleep, we need rest, we have ups and down times, so we are vulnerable, not as durable as machines. And finite lifespan, so there is not indefinite time or age for us to keep working. There would be an end of our capabilities or decline of capabilities, and that is where we would again be helpless. So this is a very high level overview of strengths and weaknesses between digital brain and biological brain, or you could say that between your strength and the person who is willing to work for you. Isn't it a perfect match to create this partnership? So you let digital brain do all the work on their strength. Let them do the work. They could do better here. And we do all the work we do here, right? They will take care of our weaknesses and we'll take care of their weaknesses. Isn't it a perfect partnership? Good news is that yes, we do have those skills inside us. We do have some level of skills, some level of expertise in all those skills, definitely. But are we at the level where we could do our role and let the AI do their role in a perfect combination so we could create the best output. Of course, that is one of the reasons that suddenly there is a talk of soft skills. We always knew that soft skills are important, but we never paid much attention to it because the going was good. If I don't have to really go outside my cube or my workplace, why should I really bother? I feel much more comfortable in my own workspace. I don't want to meet people around in the hallway. You may call myself introvert, but I feel much more comfortable over there. People say that I'm not social, which doesn't bother me because I'm focused on my work. I'm doing my work very passionately, right? See, maybe you are one of them. There are many people around because you are not pushed to the limits. You are not pushed to become a good social person or a friendly person or help other people or move around the office. Every day you go there for 8 to 10 hours, but you don't bother to meet people outside your own department or your own cube or workplace. I'm not saying everyone, I'm just using the word term you to describe the people who are fit in this category. So let's accept the fact that yes, we do have the potential, but we have not used that potential. We have not developed that potential to a level where it could really benefit us. Now that you have a 50% capacity available, you are thinking about it. What else you could do in that 50% time available to you? Maybe you could develop your storytelling skills. The next time you have to make the presentation, people would be surprised with your capability. Maybe you have to improve your social skills to become a go-to person in your organization, right? Maybe you have to create some ideas to discuss in the next staff meeting. There's a lot of opportunities, right? And now you have time. One of the reasons you did not do that because you were complaining, I'm already overburdened, right? Now you will have time. So what do you want to do with this time? So this is the, again, from World Economic Forum, top 10 skills. So now everybody is talking about the skills. Now we have been talking about this, but nobody took any action. Nobody took seriously. Now this is the time to take this seriously. So analytical thinking, creative thinking, resilience, motivation, curiosity, technological literacy, I call it digital acumen, dependability, empathy, leadership, quality. Every one of you say that, yes, I have been using it. Every one of you would say that. But really, look back closely. Have you really been using all these skills? Or do you think that you already have these skills at a level where you could make a difference? One of the trap is that when people look at these skills, and these are very general terms, right? And they feel, oh, analytical thinking, I have always been analytical. I have always been like that, right? So this is not a problem for me. I have been creative since my childhood, not a problem. Motivation, I always motivate other people. Curiosity, I'm always curious, looking in the other people matters. Leadership. So every skill you will say that, yes, you have those skills. So what's the problem? So again, I'm preparing you not to get into that trap. Take it seriously and assume that most of the skills you really need help. First, you need to develop it. These are the 26 skills they have mentioned in the World Economic Report. So you see the top 10 I just showed you, and then there are another 16. So how they have identified that, again, based on their global survey, they went to the organizations and asked them that which skill is the most important for you from your workforce. And this was the reply from most of the employers. And that is how the analytical thinking is at the top. Creative thinking is also second top, and so on. So look at the 26 skills listed here and see one by one, where do you stand? Now, every skill may not be relevant to you, but what you could do, it's my advice or assignment to you going forward. Pick 10 of them, which you think are most relevant, because you cannot work on 26 at the same time. Just pick 10 of them, which are most relevant to you. And how would you do it? Sit with yourself for a couple of hours and try to deeply analyze actually your work component What do you do? Where are you spending time? How do you create value? All the work, everything you do, valuable or valuable during the time you are at the work, just make a list of it, analyze it, a couple of hours. Then try to segregate what could be taken over by AI, and be very honest. If you don't add any value and AI could do that, include in that list. I think you would come out something like 40 to 60% work doable by AI. Try to be generous, give more work to that person. And then see, again, I would take the average of 50%, that you would probably come out with 50% available capacity. Assuming the scenario, it may happen in 6 months, it may happen in 5 years, as you're saying. But let's prepare ourselves. I think it would be somewhere between around 2 years. So once you have reached to a conclusion, sort of that, look, I will have 50% of the capacity available. Now see that if you develop your expertise in these 10 skills, which you have just identified in the previous step, what you could do. If you have picked, for example, analytical thinking, what else you could do? Probably you would say that, okay, the AI app could do a lot of financial analysis. I would do more advanced analysis because, again, I'm more analytical than AI app. So let AI do its job. It would give me a good financial analysis, but then I want to add more value by using my human mind. And your human mind have more capacity, more breadth than AI app, because you know the business, you know the market, you know the industry, you know other facts which may interfere with your company's performance. So of course, you are not wasting your time in the basic analysis. If it used to take 2 to 3 hours for you to do an analysis before you take it to the management, your presentation, now you could save at least 1 hour. Let the app AI do the first level of work, you save 1 hour, and then you do the high level analysis in the second hour, right? And by the way, you could do for a lot of work you do. Writing emails, creating drafts, making reports, doing basic analysis, a lot of work you could easily delegate to AI. And you focus on these skills, as I said, not everything, but pick 10 most suitable to you, and make a target. How do you develop expertise in these skills? How do you become master in these skills? And how would you use those skills? How would you demonstrate those skills to other people so that becomes your brand? Because look, this is very different. We are not talking about a CPA certification that you say that, look, I have achieved this certification, look at my certificate and respect me or give me the required job or the task or the assignments. It's not that certification. In order for the people to give you assignment based on the skills, you need to demonstrate it, right? Big difference. In previous times or earlier times or historical times, we used to have degrees and certificates or diplomas. And those were basically the certification that we are qualified and competent and talented. Today, it's not about degree, certificate, or diplomas. Today is about your skill set. A skill set, there is no certificate. Even if there is a certificate, that has no value. So take it out in your mind. Don't look for certificates anymore. Just look for skills you could develop and you could demonstrate. Your demonstration is a lot more powerful than the actual certificate or diploma or degree. So when we are talking about the top 10 skills for you, we are talking about developing to a mastery level and then demonstrate it. If you cannot demonstrate those skills, probably you have wasted your time because you will not get any benefit from it. This is an overview of the curriculum for batch 15. For future successful professionals like you, you need 2 knowledge bases. One knowledge base is your business acumen, and the other knowledge base is your digital acumen. Digital acumen we have included 2 years ago, but we've not been emphasizing as much. I think now it is as important as business acumen is. So I would say that digital acumen and business acumen are the foundations of this development of professional personality. And look what is in it. So business acumen, of course, business models we have covered, customer value creation, competitive advantage, corporate vision, business performance management. This is all about business. If you go through these modules, you will have good sense of business acumen besides your practical knowledge and experience in the business environment. Digital acumen, that's new. So what does it include? A lot of things. Digital literacy, data literacy, fintech and blockchain. So these are the main building blocks of digital acumen. Fintech and blockchain, cloud computing, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, machine listening, robotics and automation, and a couple of other topics. So for example, cybersecurity has become a lot more relevant and important because everybody is working somehow. They could create a problem or they could create a solution. And data and digital transformation, all those things are very, very relevant. So digital acumen, as I said, is almost equal in terms of the criticality and importance to the business acumen. If you have these two, then what you could do, you could create innovation. So third block is strategic thinking and innovation. In strategic thinking and innovation, you create ideas, you create projects. So blue ocean strategy, thought-provoking, disruptive innovation, very important. Design thinking, very important. We did not have that before. 5-force analysis, value chain analysis, critical thinking and problem solving. These are the modules or the tools to develop yourself. But look, the most important thing I'm trying to highlight here, you cannot work in isolation on any one of the component. You cannot say that, look, I'm very interested in strategic thinking. Let me work directly on it. Forget about the digital acumen and business acumen. No, you cannot do that. That's an integral part of your innovation and strategic thinking because it's a combination of these skills. The people who think that, look, I need some training in critical thinking or problem solving, go there and do one course on critical thinking and problem solving, nothing happens. You gain some knowledge, nothing happens because the real benefit, real value you create when you interact your thought with the digital acumen, business acumen, and all of the related knowledge you have. That is where the magic happens. Try to understand that. And in the final component of business partnership, that's interaction with the world. Now you are ready. You have the basic knowledge foundation. You have practiced enough with the strategic thinking and innovation, and you have enough ideas. Now you could deal with the world. But to deal with the world, you need different skill sets. Your emotional intelligence, personal branding, adaptability, collaboration, office politics, networking, negotiation, storytelling. These are the skills you will apply and use when you interact. Again, not one category of people, your management, anyone you deal with, it's a business partnership. There's a mindset you need to develop that there is no other relationship but a partnership. What happens in the partnership? You try to help them and you try to leverage their support in your favor. If you have excellent skills in emotional intelligence, personal branding, collaboration, networking, negotiation, storytelling, but you don't have any good ideas to share, you have no idea about the business acumen or strategy, or your analytical mind doesn't work, it's not going to do anything good for you. This model is integral. It works together for an isolation. That is why we need 12 months of time for this, right? You can go to 2 days training, 2 weeks training. Not much will happen except gaining some knowledge. The real benefit happens when you give it enough time, enough practice. So our format remains the same. Coaching sessions, videos, and peer group sessions, very important. Peer group sessions because that's the platform where you practice. And that will take you to the next level.